And we welcome you back to Game 2 of Day 2 of the 5A State Tournament here at UCCU Ballpark in Orem. Game 1 featured Fremont taking on the West Jordan Jaguars, with Fremont coming away with a victory 11-8. Game 2 coming to you now is Skyline Eagles against the Payson Lions. Skyline yesterday fell to Westfield 14-4. Payson went up against the defending champion Spanish Fork Dons, losing 5-0. Both teams now playing an elimination game. One will continue forward with their season, and the other that will be the end of their season. Excited to have you back here for Game 2 of Day 2 of 3 full days of games here at UCCU Ballpark of the 5A State Tournament Championship. Skyline is visitors. They will come to the plate first. Steven Pedroza will start us off, followed by Peyton Papadakis, Cole Muse, then Andrew Johnson, Abe Wilson, Hayes Marshall, Xander Butcher, Mason Papadakis, then Dallas Thornton makes up the lineup for Skyline. First pitch from the Payson pitcher, Roseman, is taken for a strike on the outside corner, and we are underway here in Game 2. Second pitch is hit high in the air to right field, trailing away from the right fielder, Madsen, but he tracks it down for the first out of the game. Skyline Eagles. Catcher now hitting, Peyton Papadakis will run through the defensive alignment as soon as we can. Next pitch. Swing and miss by Papadakis. Payson defense, Roseman pitching, Rangel catching, Nieves at first, Ewell at second, Hauser at shortstop, Braithwaite at third base, Marvin left field, Showerguard center field, Madsen playing right field. The count goes 1-1 on Peyton Papadakis. Next pitch. Ball 2. Missing up. This ball's hit hard down the left field line, foul for strike 2. Yeah, in Game 1, we came out with 3 straight innings of zeros, except for one run for West Jordan. Then between the 4th and the 5th, we had, I believe, 17 or 18 more runs scored just in those 2 innings in that Game 1. So an offensive barrage in the middle of the game of Game 1. And we'll see how this one turns out here, if another offensive barrage will happen, or if we'll see a little bit more of what we saw Day 1, which is a lot of pitching, a lot of good pitching, shutting down good offenses. Full count now to Papadakis, the pitch. This ball's fouled straight back. Count remains full. Three-two. 1 out here in the top of the first. This pitch is taken for a ball and a walk to Papadakis as he heads over to first base. First base runner for Skyline, wearing their light blues today. Let's have a courtesy runner, number 42, I believe, for Skyline. I'll get a name as soon as I can get to it. Wes Thornton now running at first base. Ball 1 to the 3-hole hitter for number 14, Cole Muse, playing third base for the Skyline Eagles today. Pickover attempt. And yesterday we saw quite a few pickover attempts, and It's a risk on this field. If that ball gets by that first baseman, it will make it all the way to the wall, and that is a lot of distance. It's almost a guaranteed two-base error at that point. Ball 2. Pitch is missed up and away. Cole Muse waiting for his next pitch. That ball is taken for ball 3. 3-0 the count. Cole Muse hitting .453 on the year for Skyline Eagles. .30 pitch. Taking all the way is Muse. Likely to get another good pitch to hit here. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Count goes full. Three, 2, 1 out here in the top of the first. Skyline Eagles visitor. Payson Lions home team. Skyline comes into the tournament as the 21 seed. And we mentioned it yesterday, just because a 21 seed or a 20 seed. Bunter takes off for second base. It's ball 4. So no stolen base as it is a walk. And now we have runners at first and second with 1 out. Andrew Johnson enters the box now for the Skyline Eagles. Johnson hitting .329 on the year. Roseman comes set. The pitch. Ball's hit. Fly to right field. Tough play. That ball's going to find the turf. Ball's down. Papadakis, or runner, courtesy runner for Papadakis, comes around, scores. Ball gets by, gets passed into the dugout and makes the dugout. That's going to score Cole Muse. And Johnson makes it to second on the throwing error. And the Skyline Eagles strike first in the top of the first. Plating 2 on that single by Andrew Johnson. That ball was just trailing. He hit it hard enough that it made it to the outfield and just ran away from the right fielder. Bounced into the end. He knew that both base runners were going to advance at least to second and third, but they were able, based on the throw, to come and score both of them with the ball entering the dugout, granting that second run. And Skyline on the board early, 2-0 here in the top of the first with 1 out. Rangel has to get in front of that ball, loses his glove at the same time. Runner stays at second. Johnson stays at second, unable to advance. Count is now 2-0. Not quite the start you were hoping for if you're Roseman. You're hoping to come out and get 3 quick outs. You've got 1 out now. You've got 2 runs across. Now the best you can do and what you want to do is just keep them here. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner. For number 99, Andrew Johnson. Number 10 coming in. I believe that is Dixon for the Skyline Eagles. Count is 3-1, 1 out. Runner at second. Abe Wilson hitting now. Abe Wilson hitting .342 on the year. The pitch, swung and missed. Count goes to full. Good pitch there by Roseman on the outside half to get him to chase. Full count. 3-2, 1 out. Same count that Johnson was able to deliver a single, driving in 2 runs. Just 1 AB before this. This pitch hit down the right field line, this time foul. Count will stay 3-2. Roseman pitching consistently outside here to Abe Wilson. Home plate umpire and first base coach from Skyline are discussing something. We saw a lot of discussion between the coaching staff and the umpiring crew from Skyline last night. That discussion continues. Abe Wilson now, full count. 1 out. Dixon at second. The pitch. This ball's hit sharply to center field for a base hit. Dixon will round third. He's heading home. No throw to the plate. Ball goes to second, and we have an RBI single by Abe Wilson. And that makes it 3-0 for the Skyline Eagles here in the top of the first. 1 out. That is 2 straight singles on a full count by Skyline Eagles hitters that have driven in runs. And if you are a Skyline Eagle fan, so far so good as the game has just started. And if you're a Payson Lions fan, knowing the heart of your team, you just know you need to get 3 outs and get into the dugout. Pick attempt over at first. Hayes Marshall now to the plate for the Skyline Eagles. Left-hander. Pick over to first again. Left-handed pitcher Roseman lifting the leg and trying to maybe bait and see if they can see a potential sign, maybe taking off to go to second. Marshall hitting .385 on the season. Ball taken. Runner takes off for second. Perfect throw to second. And Abe Wilson is out. Thrown out by an absolute dime by Rangel. Now we have 2 outs after the attempted steal by Abe Wilson. It is an 0-1 count. Now a 1-1 count. And we've seen some runners just be thrown out by both teams earlier in the game, early in our game 1. And now in game 2, we have 1 attempted steal and another runner is thrown out. Catchers are just mowing guys down so far today. 2-1 the count. Skyline Eagles a 3-0 in the top of the first. This ball's bounced towards first. It will go foul, but just barely. Good play by the first baseman Neves to watch that ball continually roll on the turf. Realistically, he has no play unless he picks it up early and decides to tag the runner before he passes him, or to just let it roll. Some baseball IQ there, just to let it roll and take his chances, knowing that the rolling as it was going was already heading towards the foul line. And on this turf, more than likely, you're going to go ahead and see that continue to stay true. Might be a different story if you're on dirt and have grass to deal with, but not here at beautiful UCCU ballpark. This pitch is taken up and away. Count goes full. Marshall ready for the pitch. This pitch is taken for strike 3. Marshall a little disgusted with himself, knowing that he should have swung at that. But the Skyline Eagles jump all over the Payson Lions in the top of the first, scoring 3 runs on 2 hits. You are watching the 5A state tournament here at UCCU Ballpark. You are watching this on KSLSports.com.
Aching feet to happy feet at Salt Lake Running Company. Our award-winning trained staff will provide a custom shoe fitting that will help you find the shoes, inserts, and socks that will make your workday the best it can be. Locally owned and operated for 30 years, SLRC offers rewards, training groups, races, and free community events. Visit us in-store or online today at slrc.com. Your work feet and workout life will get a boost.
Welcome back to the UCCU Savings Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to his debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from...
And we welcome you back to beautiful UCCU ballpark here in Orem for game 2 of day 2 of the 5A state tournament. We just saw the Skyline Eagles put 3 runs on the board in the top of the first. The Payson Lions now will come to the plate, hoping to answer. Starting lineup for the Payson Lions. Briggs and Hauser will lead off the game, followed by Ty Marvin. Ruger Braithwaite will be in the 3 spot. Cole Neves in the 4 spot. Trevin Madsen will follow him. Boston Roseman, pitcher for today. In the 6 spot, Omar Rangel, the catcher. Kyler Ewell at the 8 spot. And Yoshi Showerguard, starting center fielder for the Payson Lions. Defensive alignment for Skyline. You have Butcher in left, Marshall in center, Thornton in right. Muse at third, Pedroza at short, Morgan at second, Johnson at first, and you have the Papadakis battery today with Peyton behind the plate and Mason pitching for the Skyline Eagles. And we've already seen more offense today than I feel like we saw all of yesterday. Just in that first game alone, 3 home runs, at least 3 doubles, 1 triple, so a lot of extra base hits. And in this game here, Skyline Eagles in the top half, if you missed it, came out and got 3 runs. Looks like two walks and a single. Either way, they are leading 3-0 in the going into the bottom half of the first. Leading off is number 13, Briggs and Hauser for the Payson Lions. First pitch is grounded sharply to shortstop, thrown to first and an out. Great play by Pedroza to Johnson to get the first put out on a first pitch from Mason Papadakis. 1 out in the bottom half of the first. Ty Marvin now to the plate, left fielder. Ty Marvin batting .326 on the year with 11 doubles. First pitch is taken for a strike. Mason coming inside, missing inside, ball 1. 1-1 the count. A half swing by Marvin, hit to first. Johnson fields going to his right, has to race back, going back to his left, beats out Marvin for the second, put out the 3 unassisted for those scoring at home for the second out of the first inning. Ruger Braithwaite now to the plate, starting third baseman for the Payson Lions. Braithwaite, .418 hitting on the year. This ball smoked to third baseman and caught by Muse. Can't hit it much harder than that, but Muse was exactly where he needed to be for the third out of the bottom of the first. So Skyline gets 3 in the top, Payson unable to answer in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second here at UCCU Ballpark. You are watching KSLSports.com.
UCCU.
And we welcome you back to UCCU Ballpark here on the campus of UVU for the top of the second. Skyline Eagles will be bringing Butcher, Papadakis, Mason that is, and Thornton to the plate, 7, 8, 9 to face off against Roseman. First pitch is taken for a ball. Second pitch is taken for a ball outside. Zayden Butcher batting .273 on the year, taking strike one on the outside corner. This pitch is hit sharply between the 5-6 gap. Big throw from the shortstop over the head of the first baseman and out of play. I don't think he has him out either way. That is a tough play just to even get the out, but he makes a bad throw that then hops over the wall, giving second base to Butcher, and Skyline now has a base runner in scoring position with nobody out. Butcher now at second. Mason Papadakis to bat now on the 8 hole for the Skyline Eagle. And you know Skyline just wants to continue to put the pressure on Payson. Roseman comes set, the pitch. This ball's fouled directly back. Papadakis, good swing, just a little bit underneath. Owen won the count. Butcher at second base takes his lead. Roseman set and the pitch. Strike two, taken on the outside corner. Good pitch there. Oh, and 2 in the count. No outs here in the top of the second. Eagles threatening again with a runner in scoring position. Roseman, a pickoff attempt at second with no throw. Time called by Papadakis after a long time getting the signal was Roseman. As soon as he came set, Papadakis called time. So we'll do 0-2 all over again. Strike 3 outside corner called. And I know if you're Mason Papadakis, you want that one back. May not think it's a strike, but he may be thinking as a pitcher, he'd be like, well, that's good to know. I get that call. As he walks back to the dugout with a backwards K. 1 out here in the top of the second. Runner still at second. Dallas Thornton now hitting. This is your starting right fielder, batting 9th. First pitch from Roseman is a called strike on the outside corner. Two errors in the game already on Payson. Definitely has at least 2 of those, or at least 1 of those runs is from an error. Good pitch by Roseman again. 0-2 the count with a swing and miss there by Thornton. Leadoff batter Pedroza stands in the on-deck circle. Butcher with the lead, the pitch. This ball skied out of play to the right side. Count stays 0-2. Roseman now comes set. The pitch. Ooh, ball taken inside. Pretty close pitch to take, but taken nonetheless. Pickoff attempt at second. Runner back easily. This one was with a throw. The 1-2 pitch. Taken outside for ball 2. 2-2 the count. 1 out here in the top of the second. Skyline Eagles leading the Payson Lions 3-0. Skyline got 3 in the first on a couple hits. I believe it was 1 hit and a walk and an error. The pitch. Ball taken. His count is now full. Good at bat here by Thornton, starting with an 0-2 count, working it now to 3-2. Anytime you can drive the pitch count up for pitchers in the state tournament bracket, it's good. 3-2 pitch. Way outside. Ball 4, and Thornton takes the base. We have runners at first and second now. Catcher Rangel goes out and talks to Roseman a little bit about maybe how they want to handle it or just calm him down. All in all, if you look at that walk, it's unfortunately you're making it to the top of the lineup, which you don't want to do, but now you have force at every base. So this is an opportunity now maybe to turn 2. If you're Skyline, maybe you think about getting these runners over, getting rid of that double play, but now you'd have 2 outs. There are times where coaches definitely show their merit, and it's in these situations right here. And we've seen a variety of different coaching styles here at the tournament. Ball 1. Pretty aggressive play by Pleasant Grove yesterday. That paid off. We've seen a successful hit and run already today by Fremont. Pedroza stands in, 1-0 count. Ball 2. Roseman having a hard time finding the zone after getting 0-2 to Thornton, who he walked, and now going 2 straight balls to Pedroza. Called strike on the outside corner. Foul ball into the net here, more towards the first base side. Roseman is now battled back into the count, evening the count at 2-2. And the pitch way upstairs to full count again. So we have full count, 1 out. Runners at first and second for the Skyline Eagles. Their leadoff hitter Pedroza up to the plate. And the payoff pitch. Swung and missed. Strikeout by Roseman. Big time K and a big time moment when needed. Skyline's threatening now. You have 2 outs in this inning with runners at first and second. I'm sure Pedroza wants that one back. Gutsy effort by the pitcher Roseman for the Payson Lions. That'll bring Peyton Papadakis to the plate. He scored in the first inning. Ball missed very high. Catcher having to jump up to catch that. 1-0. Timeout called. Coach Hayes taking a visit out to talk to Roseman in the infield. We've talked about all the time. Anytime a coach goes out, it's usually just to kind of make sure everybody's on the same page and there's some different conversations and nothing really here. I mean, Payson is they're not pressing. I don't think so, but I think he's just trying to say, hey, look, let's reset as a pitcher. Hey, we've got runners at first and second. Touch your base or whatever it is they're going to try and do, just to remind everybody what their job is here. Over my playing career, I've had a variety of different coaches meetings at the mound, some more stern, some less, some more just fun. I've had coaches come out and just tell jokes and say, all right, here we go, and then walk back. I've had coaches tell me that I need to do a better job, and it's all just how different coaching styles go. So we got a 1-0 count here to Papadakis. Next pitch is misses outside, 2-0. If you're Papadakis, here you're probably sitting on a pitch, the one that you want, see if you can get it and drive it. Pick over at first base. Maybe a little bit of what they were talking about. First baseman is playing behind the runner at first base, not playing at the base. So see if they can maybe catch him sleeping and get a nice out. This ball smashed to left field. Ball heading over the head of left fielder Marvin, who falls down. And now the center fielder has to race to pick up the ball. Both runs will score. And that is a sliding triple for Peyton Papadakis as that ball hits halfway up the wall in left field. Just missing a home run by a few feet. And Skyline Eagles continue to put runs on the board. 2 more come across with that triple. And another great AB by a Skyline Eagle. Number 42 for the Skyline Eagles. Now in to run for Papadakis. This is Wes Thornton again. And the Skyline Eagles showing why they are here in this as a 21 seed. This is a team that is gritty and will fight for everything they can get. First pitch here to Cole Muse is a ball. This pitch is skied out of play on the right-hand side of the field. And I think you're seeing what happens when you fall behind consistently in counts and you give free bases in a state tournament. They always seem to come back to haunt you unless somebody can pick you up and get an out when needed. Good pitch there by Roseman. Count goes to 1-2. Cole Muse walked his last at bat. And the pitch. This ball's hit well to right field, but right at the right fielder, Madsen, who ranges back 2 steps, makes the catch, and the side is retired. But Skyline putting 2 more runs on the board here in the top half of the second on a triple by Peyton Papadakis. We are now 5-0 Skyline heading to the bottom of the second. You are watching the 5A state tournament here on KSLSports.com. Are you ready to unlock your full athletic potential? At Athletic Potential, we specialize in helping baseball and softball athletes conquer pain, recover faster, and achieve peak performance. Whether you're a professional, collegiate, competitive, or recreational athlete, our tailored approach ensures you're stronger, faster, and more resilient. From personalized physical therapy to sports-specific performance training, we guide you every step of the way. Don't let injuries hold you back. Visit athletic-potential.com to schedule your consultation today and take the first step towards your best performance yet. Number 21, seeded Skyline coming into this elimination game, facing off against number 9 Payson, has put 5 runs on the board in 2 innings. Leading off for the Payson Lions in the bottom half of the second is Cole Nevis, who stands in and takes strike 1. Cole batting .323 on the year. This ball smoked right past the pitcher for a single up the middle. And if you are Mason Papadakis, you're just happy that one wasn't just a little bit lower, as he had almost no time to react, as that ball was a missile. Neves now at first after that single. That'll bring Trevin Madsen to the plate. His first pitch, he's swinging. Pops this one up, which will find its way out of play. Just a few seats, or a few rows into the seats behind home plate. Strike 1. And if you're Payson's coaches, you're the approach from Cole Nevis to come out and absolutely just rifle a ball right past the pitcher is the way you wanted your team to start this half of the inning. You need some life on offense when they went down 1, 2, 3 in the first. Already down 5-0 in an elimination game. This pitch is grounded fair. Ball took a weird big hop down the line. It looked like it was heading foul. Third baseman for Skyline Muse thought it was going foul, and it stayed fair because of the spin. And because it barely bounced over the third baseman, both runners advanced multiple bases. Cole Nevis making it all the way to third, and Trevin Madsen being able to get to second. That is a double on a ball that probably started with the first time it hit the ground about 2 feet in front of home plate, and then took a massive hop over third base. Runners on second and third now for Boston Roseman's pitcher. And he takes ball 1. And you know he really wants to be able to punch these runners in. Ball 2. A lot of times you talk about balls going your way, bouncing your way, falling your way. Well, that one definitely fell in the right way for Payson. Strike 1 on the outside corner. It's one of those strange moments in baseball where you see something happen and you can't quite explain that. That's a ball down. 3-1 now to Roseman. Neves at third. Madsen at second. 3-1 pitch. Taken for ball 4. The bases are now loaded for the Payson Lions. And with the bases being loaded, and it looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner here for the pitcher, number 1. That would be, I believe, Cole Ewell is coming in. Excuse me, Caleb Ewell. Caleb Ewell. Bases loaded now. And interesting to see Skyline. Skyline's going to go for the double play here. Not bringing the infield in. Force at every base. Here's the pitch. The first pitch is hit softly into center field. This ball will drop. 1 run will score. They are holding the next runner at third base. And the bases stay loaded on an RBI single by Omar Rangel. And Payson gets the first of what they hope is many runs back. Ewell makes it to second. Kyler Ewell now batting. Another courtesy runner. This time it is number 4. That would be Brooks Baum. Kyler Ewell now to bat. Base is still loaded. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. If you're Payson, this is exactly how you wanted this inning to go. Start getting base runners, get at least one run across. And now you're hoping to just add on. Ball up. Skyline a little upset with that call not being a strike. Next pitch, inside for ball 2. Kyler Ewell, senior, hitting .240, laces this ball in the left field. It gets down and by the left fielder. This is going to make it all the way to the wall. Every runner will score. And Kyler Ewell clears the bases on a stand-up double. Worst case for Skyline, with the exception of a grand slam, a 3 RBI double for Kyler Ewell. And Payson has come raging back in the bottom half of the second to score 4 to bring the game to within 1 run and still has nobody out. Yoshi Showerguard now to bat. That ball was smoked. The left fielder just played it a little off and unfortunately wasn't able to get there. And with the turf, that ball bounced, got by him, and made it all the way to the wall. The center fielder for Skyline was backing up, luckily keeping Ewell to just a double there, but damage done. All 3 runs come in. It is a 4-run bottom of the second so far for the Payson Lions. It is now 5-4. The Skyline Eagles still leading. Nobody out. Base is still loaded. This ball's looped into right field, sky high. Right fielder's ranging over. Thornton catches it. Runner Ewell at second tags, makes it to third. And the first out of the inning is a productive one for the Payson Lions as it moves a runner to 90 feet from home plate. This will bring the top of the lineup up. Number 13, Briggs and Hauser will now bat. And if you're Payson, you can erase that 5-run deficit in a half inning. That is the ideal. Ball smoked to short, gets through the shortstop. That will be an error on Pedroza. Hauser makes it to first, will hold there, runs, scores. As Pedroza's unable to come up with that ball. That ball was hit very hard. And Pedroza very upset with himself not coming up with that. Ruled an error on Skyline. Hauser now at first base. And the Lions have erased a 5-0 deficit in the bottom half of the second inning with a 5 spot with 1 out currently. And if this isn't 5A state tournament baseball we've seen in the first 2 games of day 2, I don't think you've watched too much tournament time. This is how it goes. Both these teams are in danger of elimination. Neither of them wants to go home. And in day 1, we see a lot of we've seen a lot of pitching, a lot of good pitching performances in day 1, a lot of strikeouts, pitchers dominating. In day 2, in 2 games, I think I've lost count of how many runs we've had now. This brings Ty Marvin to the plate. Ball 1 to start. A little trouble finding it was Papadakis. This ball smoked back again to the pitcher, past Papadakis. That one nearly hit him again. It doesn't, gets through, and a single up the middle advances the runners. Hauser to second. Marvin now has a single. Runners at first and second, one out. And every ball seeming to be hit very hard right now. Ruger Braithwaite comes to the plate. There is action in the Skyline bullpen right now. One out here. Runners at first and second. Papadakis is ready to pitch. The umpire wasn't ready at all. Tells him it doesn't count. Sorry, you don't get the throw. Good block by Peyton Papadakis there, as that ball was in the turf early. Keep the runners where they're at. 1-0 count. Ruger lined out to first baseman in the first inning. Strike one on the outside corner. And the ball very much outside. 2-1 the count. It's 2-1, one out. Payson has put 5 across the plate in this bottom half of the second inning. They have tied the game 5-0. Ball in the dirt. Runners trying to advance. Throw to third. Safe. Third baseman Muse unable to glove the ball long enough. The throw definitely beat him. But because he dropped the ball, runner is now safe. Hauser's safe at third. Advances on the bobble at home and the bobble at third. Marvin left standing at first. This ball is fouled off to the right. 3-2 the count. That's aggressive base running from Hauser on Payson. Seeing a bobble and trying to make something happen. Working out in the Lions' favor. The pitch. Runner goes for second. No throw because of ball 4. And the bases again are loaded for the Payson Lions with one out here in the bottom of the second inning. And I just got word that I've been saying Cole's last name incorrectly all game. I apologize. Neves. Cole Neves steps to the plate. He hits a hard ball down the third baseline, just foul. Apologize to the Neves family. Oh, the 1 is the count. One out. Here's the pitch. 1-1 the count, as that was a ball. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. Bases are loaded. We have one out. Payson already has scored 5 runs in this inning, hoping to just add to their total. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit down the line again. Foul. Third baseline. That'll bring the count to 2-2. Cole Neves began this inning with a single, nearly hitting Mason Papadakis. Fouls this one off his foot, stays alive. Two and two the count. Bases loaded. Each team with 4 hits as of right now. The pitch. This ball skied. Doesn't look like it's going to get out of the infield. This will likely be an infield fly. Yes, it is. And they rule infield fly rule. Automatic out for the batter. 2 outs now. Skyline Eagles desperately needed that. Bases remain loaded for Trevin Madsen, who had a double earlier this inning. And Skyline would love to keep it tied, basically just making this an even game again. And Payson just hoping they can get a base hit here and score a couple and take the lead for the first time in this game. Strike called on the outside corner. 1-1 is the count. Papadakis with the pitch. This ball smoked to center, but right at the center fielder, Marshall, who makes the play. But the Payson Lions erase a 5-0 deficit by Skyline, now tying the game at 5-5 with an absolute barrage of offense here in the bottom of the second. The bottom of the second. We'll head to the top of the third here at UCCU Ballpark. You're watching on KSLSports.com. And we welcome you back to UCCU Ballpark here in Orem for Game 2 between Skyline and Payson. Is currently tied at 5. Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Tap responsibly. Visit tabbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. And what an inning for the Payson Lions, who were looking a little behind in this game, but to come and get 5 runs by 5 straight batters in their lineup to tie this game. The 4, 5, 6 hitters for Skyline coming up, Johnson, Wilson, and Marshall. First pitch from Roseman here is sky to right field. This is a tough play. Ball drops in play. Fair. That will be ruled a single. And back pick attempt. Oh, you saw it coming. You saw it coming. Catcher was running down the line, hoping to catch Johnson sleeping after a single. He gets back in time, but Johnson leads off the inning with a single. Bloop flare to right field, and Skyline has a leadoff base runner on. And if you're Skyline, you want to answer right back. Andrew Johnson doing just that, putting a ball in play that just evades all the defenders. That'll bring Abe Wilson to the plate. This ball's fouled off towards the first base dugout. Abe Wilson was thrown out after reaching in the first inning. Quick pick over to first was Roseman. Neves able to field that, not let it get by him. Johnson back safely. Another pickoff attempt to first. Safe is Johnson. 0-1 the count to Abe Wilson, who gets in the box, ready to go. And the pitch. This ball's hit very well to center, but right at the center fielder. He takes 4 or 5. He's drifting back and gets over his head and makes it to the turf. Abe Wilson will come in with a double with Andrew Johnson. Standing at third as that ball, it looked like the center fielder for Payson, Yoshi Showerguard, had a bead on it. He took 2 or 3 steps back and then just kept going until the ball dropped over his head, allowing for a double for Abe Wilson. Now you have runners at second and third with nobody out. Skyline answering right back with 2 quick hits. Hayes Marshall in now, struck out looking his first at bat. This ball's taken up. And you know Hayes, if you're Hayes Marshall, you got runners in scoring position here. You ended the first inning with a backwards K. You want to change that storyline for your game. Ooh, good swing by Hayes, fouling it straight back into the net. So slight miscue by Payson, Lions center fielder, allowing for the runner to advance. And sometimes the wind swirls in this stadium. We've seen it enough here that, especially if the wind's blowing, it is no sure out. As Marshall takes a ball, getting the count to 2-1. There's no sure out in the outfield here. As it seems the wind will sort of got a flag in center field. It looks like it's blowing in, but then it'll switch to out. But something about that ball had Yoshi fooled a little bit. We have a 2-1 count, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Ball 3, 3-1. This is one of those times there's a pitch you got to maybe understand. You don't give him something too good to hit. You got a base open at first. Don't want to automatically give him first. Comes with a breaking ball. Very good breaking ball for a called strike. Three and two the count. Hayes Marshall looking to give Skyline the lead again. Hits this ball into the right center gap and in front of the right fielder for a hit. Andrew Johnson coming around, Abe Wilson coming around to score. It's a 2-run single by Hayes Marshall. And Skyline's back in front by 2 runs, 7-5 in the top of the 3rd inning. Good job by Hayes Marshall, seeing that pitch, staying back on it, and not trying to pull it, not trying to smash it, just poke it into right field for a hit, scoring 2 runs. The lead back now to Skyline. Butcher now to the plate. Takes a breaking ball for a ball. Skyline fans very upset that that wasn't called a strike. Oh, excuse me. The Payson Lions fans very upset that wasn't called a strike. Squared up bunt does Butcher. He fouls it back into the stands. Hayes Marshall standing at first. 2 RBI single. Skyline in 3 innings has scored 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, now 2 in the third. We still have nobody out. Good pitch on the outside from Roseman. Butcher upset with the swing. Slams his bat into the turf. Third base coach from Skyline saying, hey, just poke one over here to left field. Get on base for us. 1-2 the count. Pick over attempt at the first. Multiple times yesterday we saw balls get by the first baseman. Again, that's almost a 2-run error no matter what. Right fielder playing more like right center. No chance he's going to be able to get there in time. First baseman will likely be the first one to get the ball. This ball is pitched up and in for a ball. 2-2. Skyline with 7 hits. Payson with 4. This ball's fouled off down the third base line. Count remains 2-2. Roseman, you really want to get an out here, and strikeout would be the best case. Although if you did get a ground ball and double play, that would be even probably the best case. This ball skied to center. Another attempt for Yoshi Showerguard. This time he's underneath it, reads it well, and reels it in for the first out of the inning. Butcher out on an F8, scoring at home. Hayes Marshall remains at first. We have 1 out here in the in the top of the 3rd. The pitcher for Skyline, Mason Papadakis, now up. Struck out looking last time. A pitch. Ball down in the turf, well blocked by Rangel. Oh, pickoff attempt at first is wide. We've been talking about this all day. This will be a two-base throwing error. And what you will see is Hayes Marshall will go into third. After the pickoff attempt is wayward in the throw, error on Roseman, granting Marshall all the way to third base. Now 90 feet away is another run for Skyline and Mason Papadakis, hoping to help his own cause here as he's pitching for Skyline to drive in another run. And those pickoff attempts, I understand they need to happen, but the risk on this field is high. You've got to make that throw. Now 3 errors on the day for Payson. Skyline has 1 error. Roseman now pitching from the windup. The pitch. Squaring to bunt is Papadakis. Is fouling it straight back for strike 1. One and one the count. Skyline up 7-5 here in the top of the third inning. Hoping to add at least one more with a runner at third base. Squaring to bunt again as Papadakis pushes it to first base. He will get what he wanted out of that, and that is a run. A safety squeeze performed with perfection from Skyline as the bunt goes straight down the first baseline to the first baseman. No chance to get the runner at home. Another run crosses for Skyline, now 2 outs. Nobody on the base paths now. Skyline now leading 8-5. Dallas Thornton now hitting. Quickly down 0-2. Ball taken outside. 1-2 the count. And after giving up 5 runs in the bottom of the second inning to Payson, Skyline getting exactly what they were hoping for, to come out and get multiple runs here in the top. This ball's hit to center field. Yoshi back on it again, this time a beat, and has it, reels it in, and that brings the 3rd out to the inning. But not before Skyline plates 3 more runs, taking the lead back from the Payson Lions, now 8-5. You are watching the 5A state tournament here at UCCU Ballpark. You're watching on KSLSports.com. Agency is the team that will support and help protect you. Whether it's your business, home, rental properties, cars, or recreational vehicles, Waddup's Insurance Agency is the local insurance pro you can count. Call or text us at 801-683-3663 to evaluate your insurance program. We are now entering into the bottom of the third. Payson, after giving up after tying the game, then giving up 3 runs in the top half to Skyline, is now trailing by 3. Boston Roseman, the pitcher, now leading off for Payson, taking strike 1. Hits this ball into left field. Lazy fly ball, left fielder for Skyline. Butcher underneath it, making the play for the 1st out of the inning. And if you are Skyline, you want 3 quick outs and throw up a big goose egg here and put a stop to some momentum, if any, that Payson could get. First pitch now to Omar Rangel, taken for a ball. Catcher for Payson. Ball 2, taken upstairs. Skyline scored 8 runs on 8 hits, has 1 error in the game. Ball hit sharply up the middle, diving play to second base, throw to first, and gets him. Morgan with a fantastic play on the defensive side here for Skyline to get out number 2. Morgan not hitting the lineup in for defensive purposes, and you can see why. Making a difficult play to his right, backhand play while sliding on the turf, getting up and throwing out Omar before he can get to first for the second out. This ball's roped down right field line. It will go foul. Kyler Ewell trying to put a charge into one right off the bat. First pitch of his AB. Skyline 2 quick outs, exactly what they want. Hoping to get a third and get out of this inning. Strike 2 taken on the outside corner. Good pitch by Papadakis of the Mason variety. We have a Papadakis battery today with Payton behind the plate and Mason pitching. This ball is inside enough that it hits Kyler Ewell in the thigh, sending him to first base, and you know Mason did not want to do that on an 0-2 count, getting 2 quick outs, giving Payson a base runner on a hit by pitch. That'll bring up center fielder Yoshi Showerguard. First pitch is taken for a ball. This ball's rolled to second or shortstop. Pedroza flips it over to Morgan, and Skyline gets out of the bottom of the third, only with allowing 1 base runner on a hit batsman. We are now heading to the top of the 4th. Skyline ahead 8-5. You are watching the 5A state tournament on KSLSports.com. And we welcome you back to UCCU Ballpark here in Orem, Utah. We have pitching change for the Payson Lions. Pitching now is number 17, Tucker Bushnell, a junior. He will come in and face the top of the lineup for Skyline: Pedroza, Payton Papadakis, and Muse. Ball 1. Ball 2. Lots of games still left here. 3-run lead right now for the Skyline Eagles. Strike 1 on the outside corner. 2-1 the count. Strike taken, 2-2 now. Strike 3 called on the outside corner for Pedroza. He doesn't like the call. The Skyline faithful don't like the call, but the umpire liked the call, and he's sent back to his dugout. Great pitch there by Bushnell to ring him up on a pitch on the outside corner. 1 out here in the top of the top of the 4th. Foul ball here as Payton Papadakis is swinging at the first pitch. Strike 2 on the outside corner.
I'm not doing it. It's not him. It's all the way down at the end.
Foul ball. Nice job by Papadakis. Oh, and 2 is still the count. This ball smashed to center field, but underneath it is Showerguard. And he brings it in for out number 2. Just a little underneath that ball was Payton. Good swing on it, timed up well, just barely missed it. Two outs in the top of the 4th. If Skyline doesn't score in this inning, it'll be the first time this game they haven't put a crooked number up. Strike 1. They scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 again in the third. Payson didn't score any in the first, but scored 5 in the second. And another no-run inning in the third. This ball's hit to the 5-6 hole. Well fielded by the third baseman. Muse throws across the diamond, and Braithwaite throws across to Neves, and the play is made. The Payson Lions get out of the inning. No damage done. Payson Lions are coming to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. You are watching the 5A state tournament here at UCCU Park. This is KSL Sports. Are you ready to unlock your full athletic potential? At Athletic Potential, we specialize in helping baseball and softball athletes conquer pain, recover faster, and achieve peak performance. Whether you're a professional, collegiate, competitive, or recreational athlete, our tailored approach ensures you're stronger, faster, and more resilient. From personalized physical therapy to sports-specific performance training, we guide you every step of the way. Don't let injuries hold you back. Visit athletic-potential.com to schedule your consultation today and take the first step towards your best performance yet. Payson brings to the plate their top of the lineup. Hauser, Marvin, and Braithwaite. Ball 1 taken. This ball smashed in the left center gap. In comes the left fielder, missing it. Just underneath his glove. This ball will make it to the wall. Brings in legs into second with a stand-up double to lead off the inning for the Payson Lions. And the offense is going again for the Lions here in the bottom of the 4th. And with Payson trailing 3-0, that leadoff runner is a big deal. Ty Marvin now walking to the plate. He grounded out to first and had a single in this game. He hits a ball in the air, right field. Thornton underneath it, catches it. Faking the tag is Hauser at second. First out recorded. Ruger Braithwaite now to bat. Ruger lined out his first at bat, then walked his second at bat. The pitch taken upstairs for a ball. And you get a sense of both these teams. They are battling. They do not want to go home. There's high energy on both sides. You can hear the dugouts anytime they're on offense. This ball's hit into the gap between first and second baseman. Around third comes Hauser. He will score, and Braithwaite has an RBI single, bringing the lead down to 2 now as the Payson Lions score, making it 8-6. Skyline still in the lead. Just a good piece of hitting there to poke that through, and the speed of Hauser allowing for the run to score. Cole Neves now to the plate. He's singled and flied out this game. Ball 1 taken. Ball 2. An attempt by Papadakis down to Johnson to pick off the runner Braithwaite. Unsuccessful. This ball smashed off the glove of the shortstop Pedroza, and it makes it into left field. Throw goes to third. Safe is Braithwaite. Neves into second. And the Payson Lions continue to put pressure on the Skyline Eagles. Runners at second and third with 1 out. Pedroza nearly bringing that down as he leaps up to catch it just off the top of his glove. Ruled a hit, rightfully so, as that ball was absolutely smoked. And now we're going to see an intentional walk of Trevin Madsen. He'll be put on first to allow for a force play at every base. You see the Skyline Eagle using strategy here to try and get a double play ball or to cut off the run at home. Middle infielders are playing back for the double play ball. Number 10, Roseman now to hit for the Payson Lions. Ball 1. Payson Lions dugout has come to life, although they've never really gone away. They have been in it every inning. But energy just coming out of that dugout right now. Strike 1 called on the outside corner. Good swing by Roseman. Better pitch by Papadakis. 1-2 the count. Bottom of the 4th inning here. Skyline leading 8-6, but Payson Lions threatening with bases loaded. Ball taken outside. 2-2 count. Both teams with 8 hits in this game. Even better pitch there by Papadakis as he punches out Roseman with a fastball in the outer third. 2 outs now, and Skyline looking to try and get a final out of this inning and keep the damage to 1 run and a lead at 2. Omar Rangel to hit. First pitch taken for a strike. He is 1 for 2 in the game with a single and a ground out. This ball's hit into the gap in the left field. Left fielder ranges over and Butcher covers it and catches it to end the inning and the threat. The Payson Lions leaving the bases loaded, trying to erase a 2-run deficit. They don't get it done, but they do get 1 run across this inning to decrease the deficit by 1. The Skyline Eagles are leading 8-6 as we head into the top of the 5th inning here at UCCU Ballpark here on KSL Sports. And we welcome you back to another beautiful day here at UCCU Ballpark in Orem on the campus of UVU, Utah Valley University. We've got a close game here in an elimination game between the Skyline Eagles and the Payson Lions. Skyline currently leads 8-6 as we enter in the top of the 5th. Andrew Johnson, the 4th hitter for the Skyline Eagles, to lead it off. He is 2 for 2 today with 2 singles and 2 runs scored. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Strike 2 taken. Another good pitch located on the outside corner. Bushnell still pitching for the Payson Lions. This ball is hit into right center gap. Center fielder ranging over, doesn't make the play. Can't make the play. It falls just in front of him. Catching it on a short hop, does he? And Andrew Johnson with his third single of the day. This one to lead off the inning. The second time he's led off an inning with a single. Just good pieces of hitting there by Andrew Johnson. And that's good news for the Skyline Eagle. The last time he led off an inning with a single, they scored 3 runs. Abe Wilson now to hit. He is 1 for 2 with a double today. Skyline recording their 9th hit. Pickover attempt. Bushnell to Roseman. Roseman now playing first base. Apologize, I didn't catch that one sooner. Squaring to bunt is Abe Wilson. He lays one down. Pitcher Fields throws to first in time. Roseman went to transfer that ball, dropped it. Umpire immediately on it, saying it was on the transfer. Out recorded at first, a successful sacrifice by Abe Wilson. 1-3 put out. For those scoring at home, Hayes Marshall now. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. Andrew Johnson now in scoring position at second base. The pitch just outside. This ball's hit out of play, foul down the left field line. One count. The pitch. Ooh. High and outside. Great play by Rangel. Catcher going to get that to prevent Johnson from being able to take third base on a wild pitch. The value of a good catcher cannot be understated. Swinging strike here. Good pitch by Bushnell. Marshall with a healthy hat. Wasn't going to be cheated on that one by any means. 2-2 the count. Foul ball. Count remains at 2-2. Bushnell with the pitch. Ball. Good at bat here by Hayes Marshall, pushing the count to full. Something we've seen from both sides, Payson and Skyline. Making it real difficult on the pitchers today. Swinging strikeout as Bushnell sits down Hayes Marshall for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Zayden Butcher to the plate. He's 1 for 1, or sorry, he's 1 for 2. Andrew Johnson led off this inning with a single, making it to second base on a throw. Apologize if that was ruled a double. Ball taken outside. Since then, yes, he had a single. He was sacrificed over by Abe Wilson for the first out of the inning. Hayes Marshall just struck out for the second out of the inning. And now Butcher trying to drive Andrew Johnson in. This ball's hit sharply to right field, falls in front of the right fielder. Johnson's being waved home. The throw home is incoming in time and out at home plate. What a throw by the right fielder, Madsen, to get the out. Huge play by the Payson Lions to not allow Skyline to bring across another run. And I apologize, but that is actually, I want to make sure I get it right who made that throw, but I believe it was actually Yoshi Showerguard who made that throw, now playing right field. What a play by the Payson Lions to cut off the run at home, holding Skyline to an 8-6 lead as we head in to the bottom of the fifth inning. Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spending Rewards checking account with 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Tap responsibly. Visit tabbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. Payson Lions will now come to the plate in the bottom of the fifth inning. Momentum on their side as they threw out a Andrew Johnson trying to score from second base on a single, ending the top half of the fifth. First pitch is taken for a ball. Strike one there. This is Kyler Ewell to lead off the inning. He is 1 for 2. Ball 2 called. Skyline faithful upset that was not called a strike. That's a ball. That's ball 3. 3-1 now to Kyler. Swinging strike brings the count to full. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Backwards K. Recorded for Mason Papadakis for the first out of the of the bottom of the fifth inning. That'll bring to plate Yoshi Showerguard, who promptly hits a ball up the middle for a base hit. Yoshi with a sharply hit single on the first pitch of his at bat. Which, if you're the Payson Lions, after going down looking by Kyler, to have a guy come right behind you and immediately get a base hit, that's just a teammate picking a teammate up right there. 1 out now in the bottom of the fifth. Oh, they picked him off. Yoshi is now caught in no man's land. Throw to second in time. And Yoshi Showerguard has now been picked off for the second out of the inning. That's a 1-3-6 double put out if you're scoring at home. A 4 is the second baseman who caught that. 2 outs now. Ball taken. 1-0 now. This ball's hit into center field, ranging in and dropping in front of him is Marshall. Single for Briggs and Hauser. And with the pickup of Showerguard, now you'd be looking at first and second with 1 out, but now you just have runners at first with 2 outs. How important that pickoff could be here for the Skyline Eagles. Ty Marvin now to hit. Swings and misses at the first pitch here. Ty Marvin is 1 for 3 with a single in the second inning. Huge swing on strike 2 looking to do some damage to that pitch. And Papadakis had him fooled. Oh, and 2 the count, 2 outs. The pitch, ball well outside. Papadakis going to give him no chance, hoping he would just be undisciplined and chase. He did not. This pitch is down and away. Count goes to 2-2. Deuces the count. Here comes the pitch. Up and away. Count worked to full. You'll see a runner in motion on 3-2, 2 outs here. The pitch. A swinging ball goes to the 5-6. So it gets through the gap, goes to left field. They will hold Hauser at second. And Ty Marvin comes through with another single to keep the inning alive for the Payson Lions. Runners at first and second now with 2 outs. Ruger Braithwaite to come in to hit now. He is 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Hoping to give the Payson Lions another run. Quick look at the runner at second was Papadakis. Nothing doing, and the pitch. This ball is hit to right center field, but right at the right field. Thornton, who comes in, has to make a sliding catch on a ball that looked like he had a beat on it from the beginning. Both teams in the outfield having to read balls a little difficultly, but Thornton able to make the play in right field to retire the side, and we will head to the top of the 6th inning. Skyline leading the Payson Lions 8-6. You are watching 5A State Tournament Baseball here on KSLSports.com. We welcome you back to the campus of Utah Valley University and UCCU Ballpark. Skyline Eagles leading 8-6 against the Payson Lions. We head to the top of the 6th. 8-9-1 to hit for Skyline. Mason Papadakis to lead us off. Ball 1. And now ball 2. Skyline has 9 hits on today. Payson 11. And 3-0 is the count as Bushnell's fallen behind his opposing pitcher, Mason Papadakis. I believe Mason will have the take all the way here. He does. Takes strike 1. Bushnell ready out of the windup. Comes to the plate. Mason pops it up, straight back over the concourse. Count becomes full. Tight game here in game 2 of day 2 of the 5A State Tournament. And this ball is fouled off down the right field line over the bullpen. Game 1 featured the Fremont Silverwolves facing the West Jordan Jaguars, with Fremont coming out on top at 11-8. That was the first of our 2 elimination games, the second one here. This ball's down the right field line, but will also make it to the seats, just bouncing off the top of the dugout. Winner of this game continues to play. Loser of this game is done for the season. Both teams are playing real hard to make sure that they can live to play another day here. Skyline Eagles come in as a 21 seed. Payson as a 9 seed. Another foul ball. Good AB here. Papadakis making it tough on Bushnell. Our 4:30 game today will be between Maple Mountain and Pleasant Grove, both with wins already. Strike 3 on the outside corner from Bushnell. Great pitch to Mason, setting him back to the dugout for out number 1 of the top of the 6th. Nine-hole hitter, Dallas Thornton to hit. Squares around a bunt. Takes ball 1. From our vantage point, almost looked like he fouled that off, but pulled it back. Catcher couldn't catch it. Want to know the count. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Good pitch. Got to give a props over here. Rangel, catcher. Good frame. Good catch. This ball's hit sharply into left field for a base hit. He will stay at first. Thornton will stay at first for a single. A one-out single for the Skyline Eagles. The lineup will now turn over, and we head to the top of the lineup. Steven Pedroza to hit. Pedroza is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Quick pick over to first. Much closer play than most anticipated there. This pitch is hit sharply into left field for another base hit. Pedroza getting on the hit parade with the rest of his team. Singles. Another one-out single for the Skyline Eagles. Runners now at first and second with 1 out. Payton Papadakis now to hit. He is 2 for 3. Big time triple back in the second to score a few runs. Meeting at the mound here for Coach Daniels and Payson. Yeah, in key moments like this, you're down 2. Basically only have 6 outs left on offense. If you're the Payson Lions, to get things done, you need to minimize the amount of distance you need to get back into this game. A 2-run deficit, especially the way the games have been played today, is not, if you're Skyline, it definitely doesn't feel like enough. And the Payson Lions, you want to keep it that way. Meeting on the mound is over. The Payson Lions head back to their positions. Papadakis hoping to find another extra base hit today. Timeout called at home plate by Papadakis. Bushnell now back on the rubber. Coming set. First pitch of the at bat. Swung on. Sky down the right, or the first base line. First baseman ranging over Roseman. Has room. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And that is an absolutely huge out for the Payson Lions. The 2-hole hitter popping out in foul territory for the second out. Runners stay at first and second, bringing Cole Muse to the plate, who I believe is 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch here, swinging strike. 0-1 the count, 2 outs. Ball down. Evening the count at 1-1. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning. Skyline leading 8-6. Payson wanting to get back into the dugout here. Ball down. Good work by Rangel to keep that in front. 2-1 count now. Hitter friendly for Cole Muse. Looking for his first hit on the day. Both teams with 11 hits today. I'm not sure we had 11 hits in the first 2 or 3 games yesterday, let alone 22 hits in one game. Ball misses outside with Rangel doing an excellent job of getting in front and blocking that ball. Keeping the runners at first and second. Those are the little saves that just, they go unnoticed on a score sheet, but can come up huge. Step off, look at second base by Bushnell. 3-1 the count. Timeout called at home as Bushnell was holding on to the ball a little too long for Cole Muse's liking. Muse settles back in. Thornton still has the sign. Comes set. The pitch. Ball's fouled off. Now bringing the count to full. And you can kind of feel the pressure building here a little bit. It's one of those things that players feel it, the fans can feel it. We're starting to feel it here in the press box. Outs are getting few for the Payson Lions. But if you're Skyline Eagles, 2-run lead does not seem big enough at all. This game alone, we've seen 4 innings with greater than 2 runs scored, or 2 or greater runs scored. The 3-2 pitch. This ball's hit up the middle. This is going to score 1 run. Pedrosa's going to come around second, go to third. Oh, he's going to hold. He will stay at second. Run scored. A single, RBI single for Cole Muse, bringing the Skyline lead back to 3, 9-6. Clutch hitting for the Skyline Eagles, giving an insurance run in this elimination game. Big time AB from Cole Muse to come through with a hit there. And Skyline, a 21 seed. You can see why they have made it this far. This is a team that does not quit. I believe the term gritty is what we used yesterday. Andrew Johnson, who's 3 for 3 with 3 singles, comes to the plate, hits another ball, another base hit for Andrew Johnson. 1 run will score. Muse will make it to third. It's a 4 for 4 day for Andrew Johnson. 4 singles. And this one probably his biggest of the day, driving in another insurance run, making it 10-6 for the Skyline Eagles here in the top of the 6th inning. A. Wilson now to the plate. Two outs still on both of those last hits. Both runs coming with 2 outs. The Skyline Eagles coming up clutch here in the top of the 6th to put more pressure back on the Payson Lions. Pickover attempted first to get Johnson. Unsuccessful. Big swing there by A. Wilson. That off-speed pitch looking awfully good. But Bushnell with the final laugh on that pitch. 0-1 the count, 2 outs. Skyline now leads 10-6, getting 2 runs here so far in the top half of the 6th inning, adding to their hit total up to 13 today. Pick over to first, more just to make sure that Johnson's aware. Abe Wilson is 1 for 3 today. 1 for 2. Sacrifice earlier in his last at bat. Ball taken on the outside. 1-1 is the count. And that pressure I was talking about earlier seems to be more shifted over towards the Lions now. This ball's lifted into right field. Tough play. That right fielder's having to range in and makes the catch. A huge play. Having to run all out from right center field. Is Madsen to go get it. He does so, getting the 3rd out and keeping the score at 10-6. We will now head to the bottom of the 6th. Payson trailing by 4, down to 6 outs left in their season unless they can score and get back in this game. You are watching the 5A state tournament here at UCCU Ballpark on KSLSports.com. Welcome you back to UCCU Ballpark here on the campus of Unitah Valley University. A beautiful day. And we have a game going here between the Skyline Eagles and the Payson Lions. This ball's put in play. Big time play out at first. Cole Neves trying to leg out that swinging bunt, but unable to do so. Great play by the Skyline defense to get him at first base to cut down that leadoff runner. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Payson now down to 5 outs in the game for their season. They need base runners here. Give themselves a chance. Ball 2 taken outside. This is Trevin Madsen. He is 2 for 3 today. And after getting 1 pitch and 1 out, Papadakis has thrown 3 straight balls. Taking all the way is Madsen. 3-1 the count. This ball's hit hard into right field. Will get down for a base hit, and the Payson Lions have a base runner here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Good piece of hitting there by Trevin Madsen to go and get that 3-1 pitch and drive it into right field. Boston Roseman down to the plate. He is 0 for 2 with a walk in this game. First pitch, called strike on the outside corner. Small lead over at first. Ball 1 on the outside. Trevin taking a little bit bigger lead here. This ball misses also outside. 3 straight outside pitches, 1 of which for a strike, 2 for balls. Pick attempt at first. Hits the runner. Johnson over at first. Luckily that hit the runner, didn't skip up over him. Count still 2-1 to Boston Roseman. The pitch. 3-1. Another ball outside. Another 3-1 count from Papadakis. Roseman now. Waits. Swings and misses at the 3-run offering. Took a big hack. Didn't get cheated there at all. Now finds the count full. The pitch. Check swing. Ball 4. And Roseman heads to first base. Runners at first and second. One out here in Payson Lions. Understanding the role of what they need to do. They need base runners. And got to get at least 1 run, if not maybe 2. This inning. Rangel to the plate. Ball 1 into the dirt. Omar is 1 for 3 today. Flying out to the second baseman in his last at bat. Looks like we'll have a courtesy runner here. Number 6 for Payson. This will be Garrett Marvin, sophomore. So Marvin now at first. Trevin Madsen at second. Omar Rangel at the plate. Ball 2. Ball 3, not close there. 3-0 count here. Omar will likely get the take. As base runners are at a premium right now. Make Papadakis pitch. He does so. 3-1. 3 straight 3-1 counts. One that ended on a single. The other on a walk. This one's fouled off. We'll go to full count. I believe the last count was 3-2. So now 2 3-2 counts in a row. Ended on a walk. Strike 3. Omar is left looking at strike 3 on the outer third. Big time strikeout for Papadakis. And now we have 2 outs with 2 runners on in the bottom of the 6th inning. That'll bring up Kyler Ewell. But before that, we'll see a mound visit from Coach Hayes at Skyline. Kyler Ewell has been gone 1 for 3. Hit by a pitch, 1 for 2, hit by a pitch. Struck out looking his last at bat. Was part of the 5-run barrage of offense in the bottom half of the 2nd inning earlier in this game, which seems like yesterday now. Big spot here for Kyler Ewell. Payson Lions. 4 outs left in this game unless they can find a way ahead or to tie. Strike 1 thrown. Good pitch by Papadakis. Kyler Ewell, senior. Big swing, 0-2. Now the count. Papadakis in the driver's seat in this at bat. Hoping to end this inning. Ball well up out of the zone. Not even looking for a chase there. Probably just a miss. Changes the eyes a little bit of the hitter, although this ball's hit sharply down the third baseline, foul. Count stays 1-2. Payson Lions find themselves here getting shut out in the first game against Spanish Fork, number 1 seed Spanish Fork. Now facing and are down to the Skyline Eagles 10-6. Ball taken outside. Deuces are wild at this point. Strike 3, and Papadakis with a massive punchy to get Kyler Ewell looking while Payson Lions were threatening. We are now heading into the top of the 7th. Skyline leading 10-6. The Payson Lions are down to 3 outs in their season unless they can find a way back into this game. You are watching the 5A state tournament on KSLSports.com. Are you ready to unlock your full athletic potential? At Athletic Potential, we specialize in helping baseball and softball athletes conquer pain, recover faster, and achieve peak performance. Whether you're a professional, collegiate, competitive, or recreational athlete, our tailored approach ensures you're stronger, faster, and more resilient. From personalized physical therapy to sports-specific performance training, we guide you every step of the way. Don't let injuries hold you back. Visit athletic-potential.com to schedule your consultation today and take your first step towards your best performance yet. As we enter into the top of the 7th, we see a pitching change for the Payson Lions. Ruger Braithwaite is now in to pitch, relieving Bushnell, who in all rights gave up, had a really good effort. He comes in, I think gives up two runs, holds the Skyline Eagles at bay for the most part. But now, as we enter this last inning in this game, having to hold the Skyline Eagles again to make sure to give the Payson Lions the best chance they can to come back in this game. Hayes Marshall to lead us off on for the Skyline Eagles, followed by Butcher and Mason Papadakis. First pitch is a ball. And at this point, if you are the Skyline Eagles, you want nothing more than to put base runners on base, put more pressure on these Payson Lions, because you know what they are capable of. The Payson Lions offense is powerful and potent, and you don't want to give them a chance, and you want to give yourself the most breathing room as you can. 1-1 the count. Ball misses well up, making its way all the way to the backstop after hitting off the glove of Rangel. Payson Lions down to the last 3 outs of their season. This ball is fouled off sharply to down out of the concourse on the left-hand side, bringing the count to 2-2. And the pitch. Ball outside, bringing the count to full. Ball 4, and the leadoff runner for the Skyline Eagles, Hayes Marshall, reaches first base on a walk. And if you're Coach Hayes for Skyline, that's the way to start the top of a 7th inning. Zayden Butcher to come to the plate now. Butcher is 2 for 3 in this game, 2 singles. Braithwaite comes to the plate, ball outside. Strike this time from Braithwaite, breaking ball in the zone. 1-1 the count, nobody out. 10-6, Skyline leading the Payson Lions. Skyline out hitting the Payson Lions 13-12. This pitch is inside. 3-1 the count. Zayden Butcher getting a sign from his coach at third base. The pitch. This ball's hit up the middle. Slow hopper. Step on second. Throw to first. Double play. A 6-3 double play. And there's 2 outs now in the inning. And that may be the breath of life that the Payson Lions needed to get going and their momentum going in their favor. Hauser takes it himself, throws across the diamond, and now we have 2 outs. Mason Papadakis takes strike 1. Takes strike 2, quickly down 0-2 in the count. Ruger Braithwaite able to jump ahead. This pitch hit sharply into right field for a base hit. Mason Papadakis again helping out his own cause, causing a little bit of traffic on the base pass in the top of the 7th. Speed up runner will come in for him. As soon as I get a number, I'll give it to you. Two outs here in the the top of the 6th. Dallas Thornton to hit. Single last time, came around to score. First pitch is a ball. Courtesy runner at first is Rhett Hamilton. Strike 1. Dallas Thornton now 1-1 the count. 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Our 4:30 game today. Will be pickover attempt at first. Maple Mountain will be taking on Pleasant Grove as our 3rd game of today. Pleasant Grove coming in as the 3rd seed. Maple Mountain as the 2nd seed. Ball outside. 2-1 the count. Both teams just hanging out in the sun down the left field line over here. Pitch. Ball skied out of play on the right field side. 2-2 the count. Dallas Thornton. Again, 1 for 2 on the day. A fly out to center, a walk, and a single. He scored 2 runs. 2 of the 10 runs he is credited for. The 2-2 pitch. Well high. Good job by Rangale to go get that. Full count. We'll see the runner on the move here. Rhett Hamilton will be likely running here with a 3-2 out situation. Braithwaite comes set and the pitch. Ball 4. Now 2 runners on. First and second as the walk is drawn by Thornton. That'll bring the top of the lineup up for Skyline. Steven Pedroza now to bat for the 5th time today. He is 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts, and a single and a run scored. Timeout called by Pedroza. A little too long of a wait for him in the batter's box. Skyline trying to add another insurance run. Get the lead above 4. Ball one. Two walks issued in this inning by Ruger Braithwaite. One erased by a 6-3 double play earlier. Strike here. Double play was followed up by Mason Papadakis, who singled into right field. Rhett Hamilton came in to run for him. He's at second base right now. Dallas Thornton just walked, is now at first base. And 2 outs. Ball inside or up. Not sure. Hard to see from our vantage point on that one. 2-1 the count nonetheless. Pitch coming to hit, likely. Taken upstairs, 3-1, and Ruger Braithwaite is in danger of loading the bases. He's going to have to give Pedroza something to hit here, as he doesn't want to load the bases, especially coming into the 2-3-4 hitters of Skyline, who have been productive today. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That ball nearly hits the runner. And ball 4. And in all honesty, good thing that was ball 4. Dallas Thornton was almost halfway to 3/4 down the first, from between first and second base. If that ball is a strike, he is hung out to dry. He thought it was a 3-2 count, and it was not. But since it was ball 4, it's like it never happened. Now, bases loaded, 2 outs now. This will bring up Peyton Papadakis. Peyton Papadakis is 2 for 4 today. He had a triple earlier. I believe that was a 2 RBI triple as well. Ball. No room to put him here. Ruger's got to find the zone. And if you're Papadakis, Peyton Papadakis, that is, you are waiting for that pitch to come in here and see if you can't drive in more runs. Half-hearted swing at a Papadakis. Gets strike 1. Ball 2. I'm not sure Rangel agreed with that. A little bit more velocity on the throw back to the pitcher with that one. Maybe a little frustration coming through. This ball is skied to center field. Center fielder over for Payson. Underneath and makes the catch. And the Payson Lions escape a bases loaded jam. No runs scored for the Skyline Eagles in the top half of the 7th. The Payson Lions are now coming at the plate with their season on the line. 3 outs left. We will be back with the bottom of the 7th inning here at UCCU Ballpark. You are watching the 5A State Tournament on KSLSports.com. Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spending Rewards checking account with 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. Tap responsibly. Visit tabbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. We enter the bottom of the 7th inning. The Payson Lions trailing the Skyline Eagles 10-6. 3 outs left with the season for the Payson Lions hanging in the balance. 9-hole hitter Yoshi Showerguard to hit. Squares around, goes, and is called. Trying to bunt that pitch. 0-1 the count. Strike 2, 0-2. And Papadakis out here trying to make this happen. He's pitched the entire game into the 7th. Ball. They appeal down to the first base umpire, who says he did not swing, despite the fact that every Skyline fan in the stadium said he did. Rightfully so. Dead ball. Count stays 1-2. Foul ball. Yoshi stays alive. Again, make sure to stay tuned for our next game, Game 3 of Day 2, between Maple Mountain and Pleasant Grove, to take place at 4:30 p.m. Yoshi completely fooled on that pitch, but talented enough to just get a barrel on it and then hit it directly over towards the Skyline dugout, scattering a few of the players. It hit the protective wall in front, so nobody hit, nobody hurt. The pitch. This ball is sky to right field. Right fielder's coming in. Trouble, communication, sliding and making the catch is the right fielder. Thornton out there. He and the second baseman were coming in close and coming in hot on each other. Good communication, the two. A sliding catch by Thornton to get the first out of the inning. And Coach Hayes comes out of the dugout, points to the bullpen. And Mason Papadakis will be coming out of the game at this point. A huge resounding standing ovation and applause from the Skyline faithful and his teammates, as he has pitched an absolute gem in battling with the Payson Lions, going 6 1/3, allowing 6 runs on 12 hits. And he'll give way to a relief pitcher. I believe the relief pitcher is number 8, Carson Atkinson. Still waiting to confirm this. Atkinson coming into the game with a 2.49 ERA, 17 appearances on the season, 1 save. Familiar with the situation he's in. He's had 19 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 33 hits, 23 runs, 7 earned, and struck out 14, walking 7. And I believe he had an appearance in yesterday's game. Don't quote me on that one. So Atkinson into pitch after Papadakis takes it nearly the whole distance, giving his team a chance to continue on in the 5A state tournament playoff. He will be starting and facing off against the top of the lineup, Briggs and Hauser, who takes ball 1. And now ball 2. Ball 3 taken, and 3 straight pitches from Atkinson are all balls. There's the first strike from Atkinson. Now a 3-1 count. Ball 4, and Hauser is on first base, and the Lions, who desperately need base runners, have their first here in the bottom of the 7th inning with 1 out. Ty Marvin to hit. He has 2. He's gone 2 for 4 today. First pitch swinging ball skied in play. It's playable in foul ground. First baseman underneath it. Johnson catches, and now 2 outs, and the Payson Lions are down to their last out in this game and in their season. Ruger Braithwaite to hit now. Last chance for the Payson Lions. First pitch misses inside for a ball. 1-0 count. The pitch. Swinging strike. Bring the count to 1-1. Briggs and Hauser leads from first. Another swinging strike, and now the Payson Lions are down to their last strike. Oh, and he's hit by the pitch. Down to their last strike, and Ruger Braithwaite takes one in the back and will head down to first base. Another base runner for the Payson Lions. Life still. That'll bring Cole Neves to the plate. Courtesy runner now at first base. I believe that is Ewell at first base. First pitch is driven hard into center field. Center field arranging over, and that's the ball game. The Skyline Eagles have fought off the Payson Lions to survive another day in the 5A state tournament here in Orem. And what a game we had today. 16 runs scored between the two teams, 26 hits. Skyline prevailing with 10 runs and 14 hits. Payson with 6 runs and 12 hits. It was a battle today. Multiple innings with crooked numbers. In the end, Skyline able to hold off the Payson Lions and advance. Skyline, the 21 seed, able to hold off the Payson Lions and advance into the next level of this tournament. Congrats to a great season by the Payson Lions as they have fought hard in Region 7 and are a great baseball team. And we wish them the best luck in the future. And the Skyline Eagles, we will see tomorrow facing off against, I believe it is the loser of Westfield and Spanish Fork, who will play at 7 p.m. today. We appreciate everybody for tuning in to KSLSports.com to watch this 5A state baseball tournament. We hope you stick around for our 4:30 game, which is game 3, which will be with Maple Mountain facing off against Pleasant Grove, which will get started here in approximately 30 to 35 minutes. I'm Mike Matthews. We appreciate you tuning in, and you are watching on KSLSports.com.